For more than 7 decades, Bollywood has been India's grand dream factory, a place where heartbreaks become songs, struggles become dances, and the poor find power, dignity, and sometimes even destiny. Behind the glitter and the rhythm lies a quiet strategy to keep the nation's imagination alive by turning poverty into poetry. From the black and white reels of the 1950s to the neon glare of today's streaming platforms, one thing has remained constant: the poor man's story. The rickshaw puller, the street vendor, the slum child, all have taken center stage, not as victims, but as heroes in waiting. This is not accidental. Producers and storytellers have always known their audience, a population where millions live with scarcity but dream of abundance. To bring them to theaters, you must bring them into the script. In the early decades of Indian cinema, films like Do Bigha Zameen and Mother India turned poverty into moral strength. The poor farmer was pure, the laborer noble, the mother divine. Their suffering was not just personal, it symbolized the soul of the new India, struggling to stand tall after independence. Audiences saw themselves reflected on screen, not with despair, but with dignity. The message was clear: your poverty is not your failure, it is your test. Work hard, stay honest, and redemption will arrive. If not for you, then for your children. This moral optimism became a national emotion. The cinema hall became a temple of hope. By the 1970s, the mood darkened. Urbanization brought inequality into sharp focus. Out of the dust and smoke emerged Amitabh Bachchan, the angry young man. Films like Diwar and Trishul showed the poor no longer begging for justice, but fighting for it. Yet even rebellion was romanticized. The hero's anger was framed as righteous, not revolutionary. He fought corruption, not capitalism. The dream remained intact, that within the system, through courage and moral purity, the poor man could still win. Bollywood became a safety valve, releasing frustration, but also preserving faith in the nation's story. With liberalization in the 1990s and beyond, India changed, but the narrative didn't. Films like Raju Ban Gaya Gentleman and Slumdog Millionaire repackaged the same fantasy: rags to riches through perseverance. Even Gully Boy, gritty and modern, ends with applause for the system that finally recognizes talent from the slums. In every era, poverty was painted not as injustice, but as a starting point. Hardship was temporary, success inevitable. If only one believed. The audience walked away thinking, maybe one day that could be me. This romanticism served a larger social purpose. By celebrating struggle rather than questioning why it exists, cinema helped manage the public's perception of inequality. The poor were kept hopeful, not angry. Films offered emotional compensation, a sense of victory through the hero's triumph, even when real life offered none. As long as dreams were available at the price of a movie ticket, frustration could be transformed into faith. Bollywood didn't just entertain, it pacified. It built an image of India where opportunity always awaited those who stayed loyal, hardworking, and patient. A cinematic version of the Indian dream. In today's OTT era, the tone is more realistic, yet the fascination remains. Jhund, Patalok, Sacred Games. These stories peel back the layers, but they still orbit the same gravitational pull. The poor man's destiny, the dream of recognition, the promise that struggle gives meaning to life. Perhaps that's the magic of Bollywood, its ability to sell hope when reality runs short. In turning poverty into a fable of perseverance, it kept the nation's heart beating with optimism. But every dream has a cost. For decades, the silver screen has asked the poor not to revolt, but to wait, to believe that success will come if they just keep singing, working, and dreaming within the system. And so the show goes on, not just in theaters, but in the imagination of a billion people.